All right, I want to read through their comments at the end, so I'll make sure that I do that. But we definitely missed. Nothing happened to Trump, obviously, on the 31st. So we definitely got tripped up by by Pet Goat. Did they trip us up by design? Because that is the exact middle. Now, why is the Day of the Dead there? If it wasn't going to happen on the Day of the Dead. So, because after that, off he goes. So, they tripped us up. Unless it's next year's Day of the Dead. And we know this is going to be a dark winter where they're, if everything stays the same, they'll roll out the vaccine and force it on everybody, which that just prolongs everything. Good grief. So we're hoping we've got a lot of timelines and a lot of things we think that can happen. Now, let's go over some dates and some things that could happen. Now, this is the last rat standing story. The reason why we know things have to take place, there's the exact middle of the two eclipses that make an X across Los Estados Unidos in 2017 and 2024, which, by the way, it happens to be during a 7-year period. Begins the same year that he confirms the covenant with many for 1 week during his presidency. Right in the middle of it, we've got a solar eclipse, and around the corner of the eclipse, the golden circle is called Corona. But the Chinese New Year this year is going to be February 12th. And that's when it goes to the ox, because this year it's the rat. And I did this in my Trump Antichrist series earlier, but we're trying to stay very current now. And so let's rehash it.
My grandmother had an island. Nothing to boast of. You could walk around it in an hour.
And I'll put this in the comment if it's hard to listen to, or I should turn it up a little more. His grandmother had a what?
My grandmother had an island.
Island.
Nothing to boast of. You could walk around
There's
it
the
in an hour.
words.
But still, it was a paradise for us.
So this is Javier Bardem. Try not to get a copyright strike.
One summer, we went for a visit and discovered the place had been infested with rats.
And I can get away with a copyright strike. I just don't want it to get blocked. Copyright strikes, I have so few subscribers. They don't hold up my videos for these.
They'd come on a fishing boat and gorged themselves on coconut. So how do you get rats off an island?
How do you get rats off the island?
My grandmother showed me. We buried an oil drum and hinged the lid.
Buried an oil drum and changed the lid.
Then we wired coconut to the lid as bait, and the rats would come for the coconut and thump, 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 thump. They would fall into the drum.
Fell right into the trap.
And after a month, we've trapped all the rats.
Wonder what coconut is in gematria. Wonder if it comes to vaccine.
But what do you do then? Throw the drum into the ocean? Burn it? No. You just leave it. And they begin to get hungry. And one by one,
they would start eating each other.
They start eating each other until there are only two left. Two survivors.
Two survivors.
And then what? Do you kill them? No. You take them and release them into the trees. But now they don't eat coconut anymore. Now they only eat rat. You have changed their nature. The two survivors. This is what you made us.
Talking about M, their boss.
I made my
Notice the wound over his right eye when he says resurrection. It's not this clip, though.
own choices.
So it did not, never did say last rat standing, did he? The rat story. Oh, well. I found it. He says last rat standing from Javier's story. It's at the 157 mark. But I want y'all to see this. This is very interesting.
Where the hell have you been?
Enjoying death.
Enjoying death. Because, of course, James Bond represents Donald Trump, the Antichrist. So he's going to take the deadly wound. But he's going to be enjoying death because he goes into perdition and leads the carnage of World War III behind the scenes. We know that from the predictive programming of the final Star Wars movie. The Emperor was dead, but he's alive, cloning, dark sciences, but he was leading the dark side's entire war and so forth. He was doing it behind the scenes, they said. I got rid of that video. It's in my Trump Antichrist series somewhere. If any of y'all find it or know where it's at, let me know. I'll use it a little more. Maybe I can find it off of YouTube.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
What? It's not very loud, is it? So I got to turn up real loud. Sorry. We've confirmed the worst.
Go to the intel from the First Order spy, and it confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.
No. He was dead. Woo.
Wait, do we believe this?
Can't believe it. Trump's alive? We all saw him get shot.
It cannot be. The Emperor is dead.
It cannot be. Trump is dead. You idiot. And quit making fun of my eyes. Or my nose. Or my bald head.
Dark science. Cloning.
This cannot be. Emperor's dead. Cloning, he says. Cloning. Dark sciences. The Siths knew how to do it.
Secrets only the Sith knew.
Secrets only the Siths knew. Cloning. Secrets only the Siths knew. They didn't spell that properly.
Planning his revenge. His followers have been building something for years.
The Illuminati's been building something for years.
The largest fleet the galaxy's ever known. He calls it the Final Order.
The New World Order.
In 16 hours, attacks on all free worlds begin.
So that'll be World War III. He'll be behind the scenes, orchestrating, running the show. The entire Emperor Palpatine story explained. That might give us some clues. Might be something to.
The Emperor has long looped.
I think they got their volume back. I'm gonna like it. Watch it later. Then I just go to my like, and then I unlike them when I'm done. I know that's not how you're supposed to use your likes, but that's how I use mine. Okay. Yeah, we'll watch that later. Enjoying death. That's my iPet Goat. Let me make sure. Resistance that I find. Okay. Yeah, this is the one at the one. Okay.
Why didn't you call?
Enjoying death.
Why didn't...
Snipers. Our snipers can reach you at any time. Illuminati card game. Enough is enough. Our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Okay. Got it.
Where the hell have you been?
Enjoying death.
Why didn't you call?
What was it you said? Take the bloody shot.
Take the bloody shot. That's what she told the sniper to actually, a 00 agent. They were hoping to hit him, but they hit him.
What do you expect? A bloody apology?
In the movie, of course, and he had a wound over his right eye the whole movie after that.
You know the rules of the game. You've been playing it long enough.
Beast out of the sea. What? What? Because the North Pole is water. It's just frozen, like the Disney. Frozen. All the Batman villains are characteristics of God. Mr. Freeze, like the Riddler. Jesus speaks in parables.
We both
Wound over the right eye.
have.
We've already been through that one. About the rat story. The two rats, they just eat each other.
Last rat standing.
Last rat standing. It says no strat standing. So little issue there trying to hear. Okay. So, gee, I hope you thought that was interesting. I sure did. Wow. But I'm easily amused. So it's the year of the rat. It's the last rat standing after the assassination. Now, one thing that the time did change, so we can go to November 1st all the way. If time reverses, if we were to go from September 11th through to today, it's 51 days. Then if you want to add 51 days to the new 9/11, that gives us December 22nd for the new 9/11. Give or take. I don't know. But, you know, these things add a day, miss a day, subtract a day. They count this day, they don't count that day. But you get the idea. Because on the 21st, we have our conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn and the solar eclipse. I'm sorry, the winter solstice. We wanted to look up the word coconut and what all it goes to. If it's vaccine, we're going to be in big trouble. Now, any forced vaccination would be to connect you to the new technology. It begins with a number between 4 and 6. Tattoo. But the vaccine is not the mark of the beast. You have to know that. Because there's too many things that have to take place for something to be the mark of the beast. First of all, Trump has to return from the deadly wound. Obviously, 2 billion people must have died. You must worship the image of the beast. So, anyway, I think we're done. Let's go ahead and read what Jamie and Holly Ann said. Hi, Trey. What it is was is. LOL. I just found it interesting. The last blue moon on Halloween was actually in 2001. Well, oh, because I get it. I get it. Blue moon of 2001. Okay. You may have heard or read our reports, which said the blue moon really occurs in October or even in December. Who's right? Well, you can see blue moons in all 3 months, but it depends on where you would live. October 2nd and then November 1st. But back it up, it would go to the 31st because that's, yeah, it depends on the time zones. I see what she's saying. She's done the research, so she knows. Full moon 3, full moon 4, October 31st, November 30th. Yeah, see, it's the 23rd hour. Chicago, Los Angeles. Okay. Yeah. And this is when she's talking about our blue moon calendar says that in 2001. So all of this here is about 2001, right? So yeah, again with all that. And Florida plays Tennessee at the end of the year this year because of, you know, we'd never play Tennessee at the end of the year. We did play Tennessee in at the end of the year in 2001 because that's when the towers went down that week and they canceled all the games, and we made ours up at the end of the season against Tennessee. Well, we play Tennessee at the end of the year again this year with their new setup schedule. So they know what they're doing. So we know that, you know, the two Trumps go down this year. There's no doubt about that. Come on. There's no doubt about that. Let's read what the girls had to say. Holly Ann and Jamie in Louisiana. Jamie, LSU took a... By the way, I don't know if all this stuff isn't rigged. You know that, right, Jamie? I mean, I think that they can game plan around stuff. These coaches could be in cahoots with each other. It just seems like Mr. October 31st, Nick Saban, just seems to get everything that goes his way most times. Don't forget the Steely Dan song, I Want a Name When I Lose. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide. Call me Deacon Blues. It was all about Alabama being on top. And Steely Dan was my favorite group, like Tears for Fears. And you come to find out, you know, one was the 70s, my favorite. The other was my 80s favorite. But you come to find out that they were the most satanic bands. Like the Lord had me just into the worst stuff. I couldn't take my eyes off Madonna. Again, Steely Dan. And then my favorite album of all time, Sowing the Seeds of Love album.
Here's a matching video.
Look at this album. That was my favorite CD, album, whatever of all time. Look at that. Anytime you got the face inside the sun, that's the sun god. You got a pentagram thing going on here. You got the yin yang going. You got one eye symbolism here. I mean, wow. Yeah. Here's another Tears for Fears album. Golly. So, and Steely Dan, Babylon Sisters. I mean, everything Steely Dan did was, you know, Babylon Sisters. Come on. So, anyway, just to go show you the path I was on. So, and we know it was a big year, 9/11, 19 years later, anticipating next 9/11 event. Trump going down, of course. The Crown, everyone has been focused. Yeah, and you did. Yeah, you sent that in the... That's very good. Got to keep living our lives. Absolutely. She's talking about when I went to the gym. So build those muscles and try to still grow a mustache. Great stuff, Trey. All right. I did. I talked about that. Was that last night? No, the 30th. Funny. And so let's go through these. I think it also the first time since 1944, 76 years, Spirit of 76. Also has been a full blue moon in all the time zones. Yes, already Spirit of Rebellion all over the world. The moon, astrological, projected to promote rebellion. It's too much. At Holly Ann, yes, I see you mentioned it now. Wow. Sean Connery was just said to have died. Right. We don't know if he's really dead. I mean, these things are, but they went ahead and killed Trump on October 31st through James Bond. We know the actual Trump will go very soon, but it was interesting how they did that. Matching the Pet Goat, you could speculate, are they moving things around because we're calling things? Yeah, no, but it seems like it, like they're not going to let us call the day. And so anyway, pointing to Trump's clone assassination. Actor James Bond, Trey does a good video in James Bond, Wound Right Over Right Eye, The Hunt for Red October. Yep, same guy. I guess this is, I think she's, it has been, oh, Antichrist, wound over right eye, bond opening, yeah. Oh, yeah. And when you look at that, it is his right eye that's always getting popped when the blood flows. Now, I don't want to, now there's the eye. It's over here. So this would be his right eye. God, I can't find it. Donald Trump, Antichrist, facing you, which would be continue to see, because I videoed this straight from the movie itself. Come on. We can mute it. There's the blood. Okay. Let's continue to see if my hype. And of course, or not. One specific, right around the 13 mark. And of course, the wound over the right eye and Donnie Darko. But we're looking for the time, of course. Anyway, thank you, Holly Ann, for posting that, sharing that. My goodness, wasn't he also in Highlander? Well, yeah, Sean Connery was in Highlander. Now, he didn't play Donald Trump. You know, of course, Trump's mom's maiden name, Marianne McLeod. It was about the McLeod clan. And Sean Connery kept telling him, "You're immortal, McLeod." But that's what they do. You know, they have the actors play in different movies to connect the movies. McLeod was immortal because Trump is immortal. Again, folks, there's Scottish Rite and there's York Rite. His mom's from Scotland, a McLeod clan. He was born in Queens, New York. You got Scottish Rite and York Rite. I'm not going to say the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So this whole world, there's no way it's not him. We just can't pinpoint the date. And we're 99.9% sure when the Bible says deadly wound, right eye utterly darkened, it's talking about he's going to take a pop. We're all going to know it. So, but will they go ahead and shut down the internet so we can't communicate before Trump gets shot because of the rioting over the what? Election. What if they did that? So, because of the internet got shut down because of his assassination, we would at least have a few days to communicate with each other. Oh, excuse me, on YouTube and so forth. So, anyway. Yes, my goodness, he got an Oscar in 1988. Sean Connery got an Oscar in 1988 when Donnie Darko came out. This is huge event on our highest watch days. James Bond equals the Donald in Gematria. How crazy is that? It's crazy. It's crazy. So the Donald dies on October 31st. The original James Bond. SkyFall. James Bond is down. This is the end. Oh, yeah, that song. The Doors, the end. Oh, I forgot to watch this. I meant to. I had it in my liked, like I told y'all that I do. I like things I want to watch. I can't wait to go through tonight's Saturday Night Live. You know there is stuff in there. Good grief, you know there's stuff in there. The Birds. Oh, The Birds. They're doing one on The Birds tonight? Wow. You know, I just watched that movie over the summer. Okay, my liked videos. Yes, there's some college football stuff in there. This one here had something to do with the Illuminati card game, so. Okay, what am I looking for again? Oh, yeah, the doors thing that I did because you told me about it. I guess in Messenger. Let's go through it. $11 minutes. Well, I tried to stop it. It wouldn't expand, so I went 8 seconds. I hope they don't shut down my video. Lost in Rome and Wilderness of Pain. So let's go through it. The end's a pretty stupid song. I mean, pretty freaky song. Interesting. Doesn't change at all, does it? Let's go through the lyrics. I probably need to save that and at least put it in the comments to keep me from getting in any copyright trouble. The End, The Doors, lyrics. This is the end. Beautiful friend, this is the end, my friend. Now remember, the Ghost in the Machine writes this stuff. That's how everything gets linked together. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands, the end. Lost in a Roman wilderness of pain. All the children are insane. All the children are insane. Ride the snake. The blue bus is calling us. Driver, where are you taking us? Yeah, that's crazy. And of course, you remember when I did the SkyFall, Adele, YouTube.
Here's a matching video.
And I told y'all that when I heard it, that I knew that it was Satan speaking to all of his. Year of your father, the devil, if you don't belong to Jesus. So. The beast out of the sea would drown and dreamt this moment. Why is the word drowned in there? Why would you drown a moment? Well, if you're the beast out of the sea, of course, that's the Antichrist. That's beast out of the sea. This is Satan talking. Unless this is the Antichrist talking. I never did think about that. And we know, we know, of course, that the sky falls during God's wrath. So I'll put that in the comments for you to listen to also. When you said this is the end, that's what it reminded me of. The Doors, the end, our elaborate plans. Check this out. Crazy code, so many connections. This might have been that one you sent me on Gematria. It's about an hour. Oh, it was only 27 minutes. Gematria effects. So I'll put this in the comments also. And I can't believe I forget this. October 31st, 15th. Yeah, it's the Reformation Day. Yep. 503 years. The 95 Theses. Yep. Show more replies. Let me see here. He dies 67 days after his birthday. 76 again. Who does? Martin Luther does? Or Sean Connery? Fry 67 on Jersey. 67 days after his birthday. Expecting big events daily now. Yep, we will be expecting big events daily. All right. Well, I was glad I got this on the video now. Y'all's comments, that was good stuff. So y'all should read the comments from each other. These two girls along with Michael, Michael L. Very good with stuff. Maximilian. Applesauce, very sweet. Yep. Anyway, love y'all very much. Keep them coming. I always feel like I forget something as soon as I make a video. So, but that's why I'm just starting to make one every day now, at least, right? All right. Love y'all.